last edition of Rage, the Gunz brothers invited the Psychodelix over for a fight, and they lost that fight to Freak and Wild Thing. Well, this week on Snarl, the Gunz brothers are back and vowing to beat the Snarl Tag Champions on their own show. Sounds pretty serious to me. Seems tensions are heating up between the two teams.
The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 477 pounds from the Bronx, New York, Eddie and Ray, the Gunz brothers.
Well, it turns out Eddie and Ray's invitation to the Psychodelix did not go quite as well as planned, with Wild Thing Wayne Tig choking out El Jefe for a submission. Well, they are back this week here on Snarl and looking to do the same to the Psychodelix in their own house.
It's still not clear what the beef is that the Gunz brothers have with the Psychodelix, with just so many other tag teams they could have chosen to target. But it's definitely a beef, and it's definitely there. And, of course, the ultimate goal will be another shot at the Snarl Tag Team titles. But the Freak and the Wild Thing have been on a major roll in recent weeks.
It's been a months-long dry spell for the Gunz brothers, and I guess maybe they're setting their sights on Freak and Wild Thing. Might be personal. Neither side is willing to say very much, other than they're both ready to fight again.
Man, did it get loud in here, man, or is it just me? The fans anticipating the arrival of the Freak and the Wild Thing, the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychodelix. Oh, man.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 465 pounds, the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing Wayne Tig, the Psychodelix. The boys are all business tonight. You'll note, guys, the Freak and Wild Thing have requested Sylvia to keep to backstage for this match, and they look to be in a mood. But you can't ignore their record against the Gunz brothers has been consistently good, allowing Eddie and Ray only a win or two in previous matches. It's something that irritates the hell out of the Gunz brothers, and they sure sound determined to shake that off tonight.
Okay, as we choose up sides here, it looks like it's going to be the Freak and El Jefe Ray Gunz. Oh, it's a great way to close out the first hour, man. Oh, love these rubber matches. Lacera rings the bell, gets caught up from behind by El Jefe. The Freak tags him with a right, rebounds off the ropes, tags him with an elbow. Down goes El Jefe Ray Gunz. Ray Gunz counters with an elbow, gets back up on his feet. The Freak with a shot to the midsection. And now driving knees and elbows and chops into El Jefe Ray Gunz, and down he goes right in front of his brother. The Freak rounds up El Jefe with a series of wrist clutch kicks. Now proceeding to go to work on both arms. The Freak, very aggressive in the early goings here. Drives a pair of knees into the back of El Jefe. Ray Gunz caught up again. Wrist clutch knee to the face. And down he goes. The Freak tags in Wild Thing Wayne Tig. It's a weird thing seeing them without Sylvia Strong standing at ringside, or D. Luscious. They got nobody tonight. Wild Thing Wayne Tig waiting for El Jefe to stand himself on up. Here we go. Oh, man. Missile shoulder. Takes El Jefe down again. Ray Gunz rounded up. Locked up by Wild Thing Wayne Tig. Head first into the buckle he goes. Wild Thing tags him with the right. Starts driving shoulders into the midsection of El Jefe. Gathers him up again by the throat. Look at this over here. Takes a little walk to center ring. Delivers a backbreaker. Gets himself back up. Takes another little walk. And another backbreaker. El Jefe certainly feeling that one. Back up on his feet again. And quickly into a wheelbarrow DDT to the Wild Thing. El Jefe equally quickly up on the top turnbuckle. Misses with the double axe handle. Wild Thing Wayne Tig rounds him up. Locks up El Jefe. Takes him to his team's corner. Head first into the buckle he goes, but quickly dodges out. And look at this. Here we go. A whirlicane Rana to Wild Thing Wayne Tig. And here comes Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz. Oh, this one's going to be intense. Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Whip to the far corner. Eddie Gunz misses with the kick. Wild Thing quickly out of the corner. Eddie Gunz almost didn't see it happen. Spine buster from Wild Thing. And here comes the Freak. Both teams real efficient. Both teams tag early, tag often. A lot of tandem moves from both these teams. Kick to the midsection from Mr. Ringside. Takes himself up to the middle rope. Catches a shot to the midsection for his pains. Wild Thing Wayne Tague tags in again. Rounds up Mr. Ringside. Puts on the brakes. Eddie Gunz dodges. Catches a couple of shots from the Wild Thing. Responds with elbows to the midsection. And Wayne Tague charges, running kick, takes the Wild Thing down, followed up with a stomp to the leg. Here comes El Jefe Ray Gunz again. El Jefe with a kick to the Wild Thing, locks him up. Hard whip to the rope, over the top rope, out onto the floor goes the Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Look at this, whoa, little bit of fancy stuff from El Jefe. We don't see him do that too often. Wild Thing Wayne Tague comes on back in, catches a kick from El Jefe, a right. Wild Thing puts on the brakes, delivers a kick, an elbow to the chops. He's got Ray Gunz up, sidewalk slam, and down he goes. Wild Thing Wayne Tague locks up El Jefe, belly to belly suplex, right center ring. Wild Thing tags in the Freak. El Jefe motionless. The Freak rounds him up and proceeds to go right back to work on the arms of El Jefe Ray Gunz. He's consistent, if anything. The Freak very strategic in his moves. Again, driving the knees into the back of El Jefe. If he does that enough times, he's going to wear him out. El Jefe misses with his move. Winds up flat on his face. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tague on the tag. El Jefe tags in Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz again. Here we go. They lock it up. Wild Thing whip to the corner. Wild Thing counters and escapes the corner. Puts Eddie Gunz there instead. Hooks him up into the tree of woe. Kick to the gut. And now knees to the gut from Wild Thing Wayne Tague on Eddie Gunz. And he's hung up pretty good. And down he goes. Man. Wild Thing with hard right hands to the head of Mr. Ringside. A hard kick to the back. Man, these two teams really do not like each other at all. Here comes the Freak on the tag. El Jefe's nowhere to be seen. Should be at his corner. Mr. Ringside's laid out. The Freak makes his way all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Eddie Gunz stands on up. And the Freak totally misses with the flying fist. Eddie Gunz catches a kick, a right, a left, and a set of knees to the midsection, and down he goes again, Mr. Ringside. Rounded up by the Freak, and now he's going to get some of the same stuff that his brother got. The Freak, again, working on the arms of both Gunz brothers. You can't punch too good if your arms hurt. Knees into the back. You can't walk too good if your back's all messed up either. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tague on the tag. Again, it is weird not seeing Sylvia Strong standing ringside. Johnny, very strange, very strange. Mr. Ringside catches the turnbuckle face first. And the Psychodelix, oh man, the Psychodelix just round, unbelievable. Wild Thing Wayne Tague with the backbreaker on Mr. Ringside. Same one he gave his brother. Series of backbreakers. Wild Thing rounds up Mr. Ringside. Escorts him to the Psychodelix corner. Head first into the buckle he goes. Eddie Gunz counters with an elbow. Finds his way out. Delivers a series of shots to the Wild Thing. Goes behind. German release suplex to Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Tague counters with a dragon screw. Mr. Ringside rounded up. Wild Thing Wayne Tague has him up over the shoulder. Takes him to the... Oh, man, just pitched him out onto the floor. I thought he was going to hang him up on the ropes, but guess not. Mr. Ringside took the whole of that fall right there. Wild Thing Wayne Tague comes on out after him. Mr. Ringside catching a spine buster on the outside, too. Followed up with a stomp to the leg as the referee begins the count. Wild Thing Wayne Teague rounds up Mr. Ringside. There's an elbow to the face, a kick to the midsection from Eddie Gunz. Eddie drives him into the ring post. Match is a little too serious for me to sing the song tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, hard right. And a driving knee to the head of the Wild Thing. Mr. Ringside rolls himself back inside. Oh yeah, Mr. Ringside doing quite a little bit of showing off here. So far, the Gunz brothers currently in control of this match. The Psychodelix in a bit of trouble here. Wild Thing counters, catches an enziguri from Mr. Ringside. Out onto the floor goes the Wild Thing. Another eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth match. As El Jefe makes the tag, comes on in. Delivers a kick to the Wild Thing, rebounds off the ropes, misses with the Whirlicane Rana. Wild Thing tags in the Freak. The Freak goes behind on Ray, whips him to the ropes. They collide with no result. Wild Thing watching as the Freak is escorted halfway across the ring by El Jefe, hung up on the top turnbuckle. Down he goes into a seated position. El Jefe Ray Gunz with a guillotine leg drop, with the Freak draped on the bottom rope. Okay. Here comes Mr. Ringside again. Eddie Gunz rebounds off the middle rope. Flying fist takes the Freak down to the canvas. Follows it up with a stomp. The Freak drives a knee into the face of Mr. Ringside. Rounds him up just about center ring. Locks him up. Escorts him to his team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Mr. Ringside. Counters with an elbow. Finds his way out. Jabs. With jab of the eyes and well, I guess Mr. Referee just did not see that. Charles Lucero must have been looking at somebody in the third row or something. Mr. Ringside, by any means necessary, I guess. The Freak into the opposing team's corner. Here comes El Jefe on the tag, and look at this. They are just pummeling the hell out of the Freak. Again, the Gunz brothers uncharacteristically in control of this. Look at this. Both Gunz brothers just putting the boots to the Freak. Unbelievable. Oh, man, both knees right into the chest as El Jefe snaps the leg of the Freak. Mr. Ringside returns to his corner. Another snap of the leg. He said, if you're going to work on my arms, I'm going to work on your legs. I guess that's how it works. El Jefe catches him with the ankles. There's the Whirlicane Rana. The Freak spins out. El Jefe all the way up on the top rope, but too late. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Teague on the tag. The Freak rolls himself on out as Wild Thing assumes control, catches a shot to the midsection from El Jefe. Rebound off the ropes, fails to connect with the Whirlicane Rana on that go-round. Wild Thing tags him with a series of shots and a headbutt that takes down El Jefe. Wild Thing Wayne Teague with mounted punches on Ray Gunz. Wild Thing rounds him up, has him up over the shoulder, but El Jefe counters with an elbow right to the nose, kick to the midsection here, and a flipping slam to the Wild Thing. El Jefe gathers up Wayne Teague, fails to connect fully with that drop kick. Wild Thing, here we go. This is how they won the last one. The Tongan Death Grip applied to El Jefe. He could get choked out. It could happen just like it did the last time. Look at this. Wild Thing releasing the hold. Could be a mistake. There's a shot to the midsection from El Jefe. A knee to the midsection from the Wild Thing. They lock up over the shoulders, but El Jefe counters it into a DDT. Drops the Wild Thing right on the top of his head. El Jefe rounds up the Wild Thing. Whips him to the far corner. Sets him up on the top turnbuckle. The Freak seeing the pretty birdies and hearing all the, oh man, he's just all messed up. Boom! Top rope bulldog from El Jefe. And here comes Mr. Ringside. The Wild Thing is face down and out in Beverly Hills. Mr. Ringside goes for the cover. 1, 2. Well now. Wild Thing Wayne Teague powering out of the pin, gets himself back up. Counters with an elbow to Mr. Ringside. Has him up. Sidewalk slams him. The Freak finally back to a standing position and getting back to his tag corner. Wild Thing Wayne Teague with a neck breaker. on Mr. Ringside as the Psychodelix try to resume control of this matchup that has been mostly the Gunz brothers. The Freak rounds him up. Here's that series of running elbows, a driving knee, a kick, and a series of shots takes Eddie Gunz down to one knee. The Freak rounds him up again, drives him into the far corner, and starts continuing to drive knees into the midsection of Mr. Ringside, followed up with boots to the chest, paying him back a little bit for what they did to him trapped in the corner before. Boom! Both knees were right into the chest of Mr. Ringside. The Freak steps out, satisfied with his work. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tig. Here comes El Jefe. Fresh partners all the way around. Wild Thing taken down into the figure four. El Jefe, notorious with that figure four. Wild Thing Wayne Tig in big trouble. Referee Charles Lucera checking things out. Here's the Freak to break things up and save the match for his team. Catches a shot from El Jefe. Delivers a shot to El Jefe. They lock up. Look at this. Wild Thing Wayne Tig is the legal man in the ring. El Jefe deposits the Freak out where he belongs. As far as this match is concerned, takes himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Big time cross body splash, and here's a cover. 1, 2, only a 2. And barely just a 2. Moonsault from El Jefe. A second one, but he catches knees from the Wild Thing instead. Wild Thing Wayne Tig trying to save this match for the Psychodelix. There's a wrist clutch clothesline, a step over. There's a second wrist clutch clothesline, another step over. And the Wild Thing Wayne Tig goes for the trifecta. El Jefe quickly counters, gets back up on his feet, rebounds off the ropes. Beautiful crossbody. Turned his body doing it too. That was awesome. Mr. Ringside watching his brother work here, draws a knee into the arm of Wild Thing Wayne Tig. Tig getting back up to a standing position here. El Jefe takes him down, winds him up again into the figure four. Here comes the Freak trying to save him, but it's too late. He is already tapped out. That is it. The bell has rung. That is it. The Gunz brothers have defeated the Psychodelix by submission.
The time, 14 minutes and 21 seconds. Your winners by submission, the Gunz brothers.
Well, now, how about this here? Eddie and Ray picking up an upset win over the Snarl Tag Team Champions. And, well, quite frankly, I can't believe it. I figured freaking Wild Thing had the Gunz brothers number, but evidently not. And they used every trick in the book to get that win. Oh, man, just unbelievable.
And so it's 1-for-1 in this current rivalry between the Snarl Tag Champs and the Gunz brothers, with each side claiming a submission win over the other. And spoiler alert, this is not likely to cool things off between the Psychodelix and the Gunz brothers. I'm pretty sure things are gonna get worse on that front. All right, that does the first half this evening, and we'll be back with an even wilder second half in just a few moments. Stay with us.